I do want to ask your opinion on this. I saw this going around on Twitter. I'm going to add it to the stage. I want to make sure I got this. Padres Friars on Twitter or on X, AAPF. Not going to tell you what those stand for. Don't know what it stands for. That's slippery slope when it comes to social media. But he put this out there. And should the Padres add a 98 throwback to their uniform mix? I personally would love that because I grew up with the 1998 look, the blue and orange. I love the blue and orange. I think it's phenomenal. So credit to Padres Friars, kind of slap that, put that together, altering some colors, making it the modern theme with the 98 colors. I think it pops. I really like it. I think to mix one of those in with the brown and gold, and you kind of, paying a tribute to both eras of the Padres, really, the brown and gold era and the blue and orange era. You don't have to see the 2000 mid 2000s uniforms ever again. The early 2000s uniforms were okay. They had a little wave, right, with the Petco Park. But I'm not a fan of the ones that they just came from were awful, absolutely hideous. But I feel like they should add this 98 one. But the other thing too, with the Padres, which I find interesting, I'm surprised with the font. Like, what if they use the 98? See the Padres font here on the sleeve, like the one that they used to have on their jerseys. I'm surprised they didn't use that Padres font with the brown and gold. I think they've done a great job with the uniforms. I can't complain. Yes, Boogie. They used to have. He's on it. They used to have way back Wednesdays. It was way back Wednesdays, and there was the day games, and they would mix in the different uniforms. See, I feel like you got the brown and gold only, and then you got I could probably guess how old you are based on your opinion about these uniforms. Remember, these are the Tony Gwynn ones. Tony Gwynn didn't like the brown and gold as much as people tried to flip that in their argument to try to get the brown and gold back. Those look pretty tight. I mean, they're the Padres uniforms currently. For everybody listening on the radio, the brown and gold. Thinking about the Padres home white uniforms, the pinstripes, but then change the pinstripe color to blue. And then the Padres across the chest is blue and orange with the blue lettering and then the orange outline. And then the classic Padres navy blue helmet with the white and orange logo on the top. And then the old school Padres 98 logo on the sleeve, the baseball club one. It's a pretty nice look. I like it. I think it was kind of cool. I wouldn't be opposed to that being a throwback and keeping the brown and gold for the regular look, if you will. But I thought it was pretty cool. Good on PF Padres Friars on social media. I've always been a fan of that. And I think a lot of young people are, anybody not really too young, I guess. It's basically anybody born from 98, 90 to 98 when they were wearing those uniforms. That's kind of the group of people that really like it or born right before the 90s that grew up with, watching Tony Gwynn wear the blue and orange. And the Road Grays, the Road Grays. I think it's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. The reason why they were blue and orange was because one of the executives at the time, I'm pretty sure this is what the story was. Either grew up with the Mets or used to watch the Mets. And so he wanted the uniforms to kind of look like the Mets. And so when you think about it from that perspective, it's oh, well, what are the Mets colors? The Mets are Dodger blue and giant orange. And then you're sitting there going well, we're navy blue and giant orange. So I understand that. But I like the 98s. Here's the other problem with the Padres have to deal with. They only have a certain amount of uniforms they're allowed to wear. And they already get an exemption to wear multiple camo jerseys. So I'm pretty sure every team's got 5 uniforms they can wear plus their City Connect or 4 plus their City Connect. And the Padres have one more than that with the military, and the Major League Baseball gives them an exemption for that. So you'd have to lose a jersey to add the 98 ones. City Connect does not count. That's part of the contract. So they got their homes, they got their alternates on the road, which is actually the sand pinstripes. Those are the alternate ones, but they wear them so much you think they're the road uniforms. And then they got their regular road with the brown and sand, and they got their City Connect, and then they got, which doesn't count, but they also got the 2 military. So they get the exemption with the 2 military. I think it's 4 and the City Connect, if I'm not mistaken. James, we're not saying they change the colors of blue. They could just wear it once a week, once every 2 weeks. It's a throwback uniform. I understand too many blue team were the only brown and gold. Nobody's saying change the brown and gold.